A woman has twins and gives them up for adoption. One of them goes to a family in Egypt and is named Amal. The other goes to a family in Spain. They name him Juan. Years later, Juan sends a picture of himself to his mum. Upon receiving the picture, she tells her husband that she wished she also had a picture of Amal. Her husband responds, "But they are twins. If you've seen one, you've seen Amal."
G'day guys and welcome to this week's edition of Friday's Funny. This week our featured YouTuber is
VBA.
So let's get this show started with our first joke. A man accidentally cuts all 10 fingers off with an electric saw. He gets rushed to the hospital and the doctor says, "Give me all the fingers and I'll see what I can do." The man says, "Well, I don't have the fingers." The doctor says, "Well, why don't you have your fingers?" The man says, "Well, I couldn't pick them up."
G'day, beer lovers. It's your old mate again here, VB Edge. Hey, for the last few days, I've been suffering from really swollen testicles. My balls, they're huge. I don't know what's wrong with me. So I've managed to get an appointment with the doctor this morning. So wish me good luck. Oh man, what an experience! I went into the doctor's clinic here and spoke to the receptionist, and she said, "Look, I'm sorry, there's no male doctors here today. There's only female doctors. You know, do you still want to see a doctor?" And I said, "All right, well, I'm pretty desperate." So I took one of the female doctors, and then the female doctor took me into her room, and she said, "Okay, Mr. Gabbett," well, that's my surname, by the way, "could you take your clothes off and lie down on this bench?" So I did what she told me to do. I took my clothes off, I lay down on this bench, and then she started to feel my testicles with her hands. And then, out of the blue, she said, "Mr. Gabbett, you have to stop masturbating." Hey, I looked at her and I said, "What, give up masturbating? Why?" And then she said to me, "Mr. Gabbett, the reason why you have to give up masturbating is because I'm trying to examine you."
Grandson goes up to his grandfather and says, "Grandfather, can you talk like a frog?" Grandfather says, "No, I can't." A few minutes later, granddaughter goes up to him and says, "Grandfather, can you talk like a frog?" Grandfather says, "Why are you two asking me so stupid questions? Of course I can't talk like a frog. Why do you ask?" Granddaughter says, "Well, Dad said, when you croak, we go to Disneyland." Well, that wraps up this week's edition of Friday's Funny. Again, I'd like to say thanks to VB Ed for being featured on this week's edition of Friday's Funny. Just remember guys, if you'd like to be featured on Friday's Funny, all the information will be down in the description bar. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week with another edition of Friday's Funny.